Happy Wednesday. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, you want to give Mr. Bradley a few more minutes? He was having some issues with logging in.
Okay. Carmella?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we having some issues with the YouTube live streaming, but we are recording on WebEx. So we can go ahead.
Okay, well, we'll give the three-person notice until,
Yeah, Mr. Bradley is having issues with getting in.
okay, all right. Go
Hello?
ahead and put up the preamble. I think I heard him.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, we got.
Okay, he got in? Okay.
Looks like it. Okay.
All right, Mr. Chairman, we can begin.
In compliance with notification requirements of Ohio's open meeting law in section 101.021 of the codified ordinances of Cleveland, Ohio, 1976, notice of this meeting has been publicly posted. All boards and commissions under the purview of the city planning department conduct their meetings according to Robert's Rules of Order. Actions during the meeting will be taken by voice vote. Abstentions from any vote due to a conflict of interest should be stated for the record before the taking of any vote. In order to ensure that everyone participating in the meeting has the opportunity to be heard, we ask that you use the raise hand feature before asking a question or making a comment. The raise hand feature can be found in the participants panel on the desktop and mobile versions and activated by clicking the hand icon. Please wait for the chair or facilitator to recognize you and be sure to select unmute and announce yourself before you speak. When finished speaking, please lower your hand by clicking on the raise hand icon again and mute your microphone. We will also use the chat feature to communicate with participants. The chat feature can be activated by clicking the chat button located at the bottom of the WebEx screen. All meeting activity is being recorded by way of the WebEx platform. These meetings are also being live streamed by way of YouTube. All requests to speak on a particular matter by way of our website and email have been considered. We have also received emails from those who have provided written comments on a particular matter. Mr. Gates.
Mr. Chairman, this is Dan Jacobson from the Law Department. I wanted to go over some preliminary issues. The live stream, can we verify that the live stream is on and functioning?
Through the chair, the live stream is not functioning right now due to technical difficulties. Our understanding is the meeting is being recorded and will be uploaded onto YouTube after this meeting.
Okay, noted. Thank you. And Mr. Chairman, as the Law Department has done since these public meetings have gone virtual and or hybrid, law states its objection to the use of the chat function. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Davis.
Mr. Bradley,
Here?
Mr. Dink,
Here.
Ms. Falk,
Here.
Mr. Gallagher.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. First docket is building docket A 239-25 3898 Lee Road.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is exterior maintenance issued on September 23rd, 2025. Appeal was received September 24th, 2025, requesting for 9 months to complete abatement of the violation. Presence for today's hearing, Assistant Chief Billing Official Glenn Murray, Dan Jacobson, Division of Code Enforcement, Department of Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and or representative please state your first and last name and your relationship to the property for the record? Mr. Chairman, I do not see a representative of Shaker Hair and Beauty in the participants panel, nor is that person present in room 516 this morning.
Thank you. Mr. Murray, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
I do.
Mr. Jacobson.
Through the chairman to Ms. Davis, did notice of today's hearing get returned to the board's file for any reason?
Through the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
And through the chairman to Ms. Davis, have you received any form of communication, an email, a voice message, or anything physically delivered to you on behalf of this appellant in our docket?
To the chair, to Mr. Jacobson, no.
To the chairman, the due process requirement of notice having been given to this appellant, the board can proceed with this hearing and ruling today. Thank you.
Mr. Murray.
Mr. Chairman, it's the mannequins, I think, are in question. As no one has shown, I recommend remand to the building department.
Any comments on the mannequins?
Mr. Chairman, to Mr. Murray, this does not appear to be necessarily a building code violation. Do you feel that Building and Housing and this board has jurisdiction over this particular?
Mr. Chairman, I think it's probably being treated as a public nuisance. If you had litter, debris, or junk clothes in your yard, I'm not sure that this is any different.
My understanding, Mr. Murray, from listening in our little pre-meeting together, that this has been, I guess, a usual display that's been like over 10 years. And I don't know if that would be like considered, I'm sure they wouldn't consider it to be trash or garbage or anything else. They're putting their display out there. And I don't know if it would be considered like signage or something of that nature. It's not impeding the walkway at all. It looks like it's back far enough that it's not a problem. But I don't know. Go ahead and comment.
Mr. Chairman, if it were signage, it would go through a signage review, and you'd be looking at it if it were signage. So,
Through the chair, sorry, Mr. Murray, go ahead. Through the chair, I believe what Ms. Davis said was it's cited under codified ordinances 310(1.10E, which deals with maintenance of exterior property areas. And so if Mr. Murray could speak to how this violates that provision, are these mannequins, do they create a trip hazard? Are they considered as debris? I'm just tracking the language of our ordinance over here, so the board could make a decision. Does the city have any evidence to show that this is really a public nuisance, or whether it's just a part of the enterprise's normal business display? Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, if it were signage, there would be an application and some kind of review process. And I would recommend that if they want to continue this, they should treat it as signage and pull a permit for signage, and that way can go through proper zoning review and any appropriate design reviews.
What's your recommendation, Mr. Murray?
Remand it.
Remand to the building department, sir.
Okay, motion is in order to deny more time and remand the property to the Division of Building and Housing for any further action.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Bradley,
Second.
second by Mr. Dink.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Ms. Falk,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay, a notification will be sent out within 2 weeks. Next docket is Building Docket A 241-25, 12915 Bel Air Road.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is condemnation of the main structure and the garage issued on September 2nd, 2025. Appeal was received on September 25th, 2025, requesting for 90 days to complete abatement of the violations. Present for today's hearing, Assistant Chief Building Official Glenn Murray, Dan Jacobson, Division of Code Enforcement, Department of Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and/or representative please state your first and last name and your relationship to the property for the record? Mr. Chairman, I do not see the applicant in the participants panel, nor is that person present in room 516 this morning.
Mr. Murray, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
I do.
Mr. Jacobson?
Through the chairman to Ms. Davis, did notice of today's hearing get returned to the board's file for any reason?
Through the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
And through the chairman to Ms. Davis, have you received any form of communication, an email, voice message, or anything physically delivered to you on behalf of this appellant and or docket?
Through the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
To the chairman, the due process requirement of notice having been given to this appellant, the board can proceed with this hearing and ruling. Thank you.
Mr. Murray?
Mr. Chairman, I would recommend remand.
Okay, motion is in order to deny more time, remand the property to the building and housing for any further action.
So
Motion,
move.
okay, moved by Mr. Bradley,
Second?
second by Mr. Dink.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Ms. Falk,
yes,
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay, notice to be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you. Building docket A 244-25, 1281 East 38th Street.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is hazardous conditions issued on August 29, 2025. Appeal was received on September 29, 2025, requesting for 60 days to complete abatement of the violations. Present for today's hearing, Assistant Chief Billing Official Glenn Murray, Dan Jacobs, Division of Code Enforcement, Department of Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and or representative please state your first and last name and your relationship to the property for the record? Yes, come on, take.
Michael Stiber.
Mr. Chairman, did you hear that?
Michael Stiber. Stiber, Stiber, Stiber.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Mr. Stiver, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and proceed.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
he has a witness with him as well.
Okay, and what is the witness's name?
My name is David Wagner. I'm acting as a real estate consultant.
Okay, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and proceed.
I was just asking for more time. As you can see, there's a cave-in in the photograph, and we've been getting many people walking through and giving us estimates to do the repairs or the tear down. And I'm in negotiations with Mr. Wagner for possibly some investors purchasing the building and taking this over. We requested more time. My wording in my request was a minimum of 60 days. As you can see, this is going to take a lot of, we're getting estimates. We've got more estimates coming, and it's going to take quite a bit of money to salvage this building. I'm hoping to sell this property to these investors and help them get through this. I asked for a minimum of 60 days at the time, but it's going to take more time than that. I would say a minimum of 180 days to be able to go through the process of permits and any repairs we're going to have to do.
Okay, I'll put it over to Mr. Murray here in a second, but we don't give time for if you're going to be selling it or to whatever else on that order, but to fix the building, we do give time, and whatever happens in between happens. So, Mr. Murray.
Mr. Chairman, this has been 5 months already, with no applications for permits, no architects submitted drawings, no engineers submitted drawings. I don't see any progress, and there was a lot of time for progress. If they were talking about fixing the building, I would request that you give them some minimal amount of time to apply for permits. However, that doesn't seem to be on the table, and I'm not sure why the building isn't condemned. So I would recommend remand.
Yeah, any comments by the board?
No, it appears to be a somewhat unstable condition.
Yeah, with the roof gone, yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, the applicant has a comment.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Steiber.
I just want to point out that that's one building of 7 that are all tied together. And the other buildings have been maintained as best as I've been able to over the years. This got away from us, as you can see, and to condemn the building would to be condemn all 7 buildings. This one can be hopefully taken down or repaired to be stable without affecting the other buildings. And the other,
I understand what you're saying. Let me go back to Mr. Murray and see if that can be separated out in this particular violation. Mr. Murray.
Mr. Chairman, if I had submitted drawings by a professional engineer over the last 5 months to look at and review, I could probably answer that. I suspect that the buildings were built over a long period of time in different phases. So I suspect that they might not be as interconnected as we're being told. Now, there might be some issues where when this portion is torn down, existing other buildings would need to have open walls closed up or openings closed up. Again, I don't know that without any professional drawings to look at or to review.
Okay, I got you. So that's in this.
Mr. Chairman, the witness has a statement also.
Okay, Mr. Steiber.
Mr. Chairman, this is David Wagner speaking. I've been aware of this building for probably 20 years. I've known Mike for the better part of 15. He's a skilled carpenter. And as Mike says, that Mr. Steiber, we've brought people through there. We've had demolition crews. We've brought in architects. I can give names. The first 3 items requested in the violation, a total of somewhere between $45,000 and $65,000 just to get a study done. We have a demo bid. The demo company won't even do a partial demo until that wing of the building on 38th Street is stabilized. The stabilization of that's about $165,000 and the demo is about $175,000. So between stabilization, a demo, engineering plans, and architecture, you're close to $400,000 worth of work to stabilize that portion of the building. So the reason Mr. Steiber is looking for alternatives, if I can be frank, he doesn't have that capital. He doesn't have the capital to do the engineering and the architecture just to get to a demo. So what was asked for, although totally reasonable, respectfully, we're trying to resolve this. So we've had no less than a dozen people, and if it would give comfort to the board, we could certainly provide those folks names and dates when they've been there. I would anticipate that Mr. Steiber would have clear bids from another architect and an engineer to try to accomplish those first three, which is engineered plans, drawings, and bids ready to go. Once those are in place, it's probably a 60-day process to stabilize the part of the building before the demo could occur. So that's why he's looking for 180 days, and he needs, frankly, a source of capital to do that.
Okay, thank you for your comments. All of that can still proceed, but given the fact that he doesn't have the resources right now to be able to do what's necessary, the motion is in order to deny more time, remand the property Division of Building and Housing for any further action.
So moved.
So moved.
Okay, moved by Mr. Denk, second by Mr. Bradley.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Ms. Falk,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Again, that doesn't stop you from moving forward, but I would do that as soon as possible. Thank you.
If I may ask a question?
Yes.
Respectfully, for the purposes of maybe Mr. Steiber and myself, what does remand mean for the property and how is that cured?
Mr. Murray?
Mr. Chairman, I was hoping you would explain.
Okay, I can. Yeah, I mean, it's remanding the property puts it underneath the city's watchful to what's going on with the property. So that doesn't stop you from moving forward, but if the city feels that it's a hazard, it's going into the street, something needs to be done, they could end up taking care of that situation. You could also end up in court. Those are things that can happen. But if you're moving through and you have people and you work with the city, they'll take that into consideration also. So it's underneath the city's purview as right now.
Thank you.
Okay. So with next, we're on the next docket is building docket A 248-25, 17202 St. Clair Avenue.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is no permit. Issued on September 3rd, 2025. Appeal was received October 3rd, 2025, requesting for 6 months to complete abatement of the violation. Present for today's hearing, Assistant Chief Billing Official Glenn Murray, Dan Jacobs, Division of Code Enforcement, Department of Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and/or representative please state your first and last name and your relationship to the property for the record?
Anthony Brooks, owner of the property, 17202 St. Clair Avenue.
Mr. Brooks, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Mr.
go ahead.
Chairman,
Yes.
he also has a witness this morning.
Okay. And the witness's name?
Kawana Bryant.
Okay. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and proceed.
Me?
Yes.
When I bought the property in June 27, I paid cash. I paid $102,000 for it. And so when I bought the property, I came from Maple Heights, so I bought a lot of cars. But I should have, when I bought it, I should have asked the realtor where I got it from, like, what was it zoning for? I'm thinking I can come over there, tow cars, buy cars, do the same thing that the guy that was there for 35 years do. So I get there, I flooded with cars. So I started getting cars. I had the EPA come up there. I guess the people were saying I was dumping oil in the sewer. So when EPA came out there, they had the oil people come out there. They checked everything was good, no problem. but they was telling me to get rid of the cars. I got rid of like 70 cars. So I'm down to this. Every time I work out there, I got people complain. They calling the right people. Because every time they come in, like, you can't work. So I get the permit. I come down here, get the permit. And when I put in the window, the inspector come out there, he said I was good. So a week later, we get back to work. A week later, he come out, he's like, this ain't good. It's a food place. I'm gonna let my dog eat in there. So, because you know, we got lifts, you got tire machines, you got everything with a mechanic shop. So I shut down again. And I'm here with you guys. I mean, I keep getting people coming out there. They say, put a fence up. The one inspector come out there, he said, put a fence up. Fence was $14,000. The fence that's in the front, I ain't take a picture. Somebody came through there and took a sawzall and cut the fence. Now, this fence is brand, it's like I'm gonna say 3 weeks. If you see the gas right there, first they crashed and broke the fence. So that's, just to fix that part is like $300 because it's connected to the gate. The gate was like, I want to say $3,200. And I went to Great Lakes and got it done, so I don't got the money to pay for anybody. It is what it is. Then they hit it on the side, but I ended up fixing that. It's just like I've been having problems with that. So I'm like, no. Since I can't make no money off the building, so I got that for sale. I got one of my houses for sale just to get from over there. Because St. Clair, it ain't no, it supposed to be a history area, but that street right there, crime is crazy over there. I mean, when I say it's crazy, it's real, real bad over there. So for me not to lose the building to the city and keep my taxes up, I may as well just, sell it. Because I can't make no money. Because every time I get back to, working on cars and doing what I'm doing, they're like, oh, this is a junkyard, this. It's just me, my wife, my daughter that we be there. So I end up putting, I got robbed twice there. So I end up putting cameras all around there so we can catch the guy, So tow truck got stolen there, cars got stolen. Because that shop basically is a meetup shop for the people that make drug deals. It's crazy over there. So the inspector said the permit wasn't good. It's just like, I had a number of problems there. And I can't even give the shop away. It's on the crime is over there. The crime is very, very bad over there. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, but hopefully you guys can approve this permit that, I keep getting violated for, so I can make some money, because taxes due in a couple of weeks. I don't got the money to pay the taxes unless I can start working to make some money off of it. But I ain't been able to, because every time I start, I got inspector violating for this, so I don't know what I'm gonna do, basically. So
Okay,
these are sorry.
let me go over to Mr. Murray. Mr. Murray.
Mr. Chairman, there is a quite old certificate of occupancy for used car sales and motor vehicle service. And if the applicant wishes to have that updated into his name, he can do that here in the records room. I believe it's a $60 fee. And that would make his shop legal for used car sales and motor vehicle service. If he's going to extend it to automobile salvage, that would require a new permit application and quite likely would require consolidation of the lots. This is over 6 lots maybe?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big area, but see, I didn't see, I came from Maple Heights. Laws are different from the city. I shouldn't have bought, what I should have did, I should have asked questions. So you got to think, when I bought my houses, it was different. But when you go on when you take your money, and this is what I was explaining to the building department, when you take $102,000 cash and buy something, and then I had to put, $40,000 into it to make it safe. And you got to think, my voice myself, you got so much killing over there. So you had to be careful. And I'm there 2 o'clock in the morning because I'm towing, like people break down because it's a race street. St. Clair, 172nd, St. Clair, all they do is race up and down the street, so you get a lot of crashes. So the first person you go to, you see 6 tow trucks there, they come over there. So I got to tow the cars off the street. I'm Doc and I'm Puco. So I get a lot of calls from the police, everything like, cause I'm paying for the numbers. When you got a Doc number, everybody gonna call you that's in the city, like, especially when you don't got enough tows or whatever. So I gotta remove the cars off the street and everything. But with the robbing going on, I gotta, everything is locked up. I mean, it's like the shop is like a jail, like it's bars. It's yeah, you gotta be, over there, you gotta be careful. Cause you can lose your life, so that's why we're trying to sell it. I can't even give it away. I can't even give it a shot away. I had 2 people come out there.
Mr. Brooks,
Yes.
are you using it as a salvage yard?
No, I just get so many cars. See, when people think I'm doing something, you gotta think, I got an app on Google. And what Google do, you pay Google money every month. And what do they send you for people that got unwanted cars? And most of the cars you can fix. You pay $200 for a car, and you can sell the car for like $2,000 or $3,000. Some of the cars need motors, some of them need transmission, some of them need little work. And I get so many cars, but now I'm down to just getting to make the city happy, so I won't have the inspector keep coming out there. The city bothers me. I may buy like 20 cars so I don't get in trouble I had 20 instead of having 50 cars. To the point, like, EPA come out there, whoever calling, I understand they saying people call me, whoever calling, they know the right people to call. Cause they went to the farm and tell me I was taking oil, and I got oil bins inside the shop. When I take the motors out, they said I was pouring oil in the sewer, and I'm like, I'll be a dummy to spend my savings on buying something to just take oil and put in the sewer.
Hey, Mr. Brooks.
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Brooks, yeah, we were kind of over that already.
Yeah.
And the question was if you're not doing like a salvage type of stuff, if you're just selling the cars or fixing them and selling them, then that's a whole ball game. And Mr. Murray told you all you have to do is especially if you're down now, is that you can apply for that, and you'll be good as a new owner.
Okay.
And then you want to sell what you want to do, but you can operate as long as it's not a salvage yard. So I think that's the easy answer.
Mr. Chairman, there was an application for a fence permit. However, the permit was never pulled. So I would recommend completing the permit to pull it. And if you went to Great Lake Fence, they should have pulled this permit as part of their work.
Okay.
And then having the existing certificate of occupancy transferred into your name.
So can I do that today, sir?
Sounds good. That'll take care of that. That should take care of it.
Okay.
All right.
So when I get this done,
we can give you some time to go ahead and do that. You said you're going to do it today, but it sounds like we'll give you 2 weeks to go ahead and accomplish that. Does that sound reasonable, board?
It does.
Okay. So we'll give you to February 11th, 2 weeks, 2026 to take care of that with the city. And with the
so how long did that take?
get Great Lakes to do that, and you go. Mr. Murray could tell you where you go to take care of the other, to put it in your name. Okay, motion is in order for 2 weeks.
No, you're not down right now. I get
So
that.
moved.
Thank you.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Dank,
Second?
second by Mr. Bradley.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Ms. Falk,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay, notice to be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Come on, Mama.
Next docket is housing docket A 141-24 15707 Eldemere Avenue.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is poor workmanship, issued on June 26, 2024. Appeal was received on July 8, 2024, requesting for 6 months to complete abatement of the violation. This docket was rescheduled from October 22nd due to technical issues that we were having at that time. Present for today's hearing, Assistant Chief Building Official Glenn Murray, Dan Jacobs, Division of Code Enforcement, Department of Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and/or representative please state your first and last name and your relationship to the property for the record? Mr. Chairman, I do not see the applicant online in the participants panel, nor is that person present in room 516 this morning.
Mr. Murray, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
I do.
Okay, Mr. Jacobson.
Through the chairman to Ms. Davis, did notice of today's hearing get returned to the board's file for any reason?
Through the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
Through the chair to Ms. Davis, have you received any form of communication, an email, a voice message, or anything physically delivered to you on behalf of this appellant and/or docket?
Through the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
To the chairman, the due process requirement of notice having been given to this appellant, the board can proceed with this hearing and ruling. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Murray.
Mr. Chairman, I would recommend remand.
A motion is in order to deny more time and remand the property to the Division of Building and Housing for any further action.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Bradley,
Second.
second by Mr. Dink.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Ms. Floak,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Notice to be sent out within 2 weeks. Next docket is housing docket A 237-25, 3863 West 117th Street.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is interior and exterior maintenance, issued on September 4th, 2025. Appeal was received on September 23rd, 2025, requesting for 6 months to complete abatement of the violations. Present for today's hearing, Assistant Chief Building Official Glenn Murray, Dan Jacobson, Division of Code Enforcement, Department of Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and/or representative please state your first and last name and your relationship to the property for the record?
Ilyas Qureshi, I'm the owner of the property.
Mr. Koshia, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead and proceed.
Yes, sir. I have all the permits and stuff. I actually was a little late, getting the lead safe certificate renewed and also the certificate for occupancy because I had severe sickness going on. And but a lot of these damages are done by the tenant. And he just tried to put it on me. I had gone 5 different times to the City of Cleveland Police Department regarding the issues that I was having, even getting the access to the interior of the property. I did actually do the garage repairs and also the paint is done and most of the repair on the garage. I did get the roof done. That was finally, I was able to get somebody in December. My contractor said that without the roof, he won't be able to work inside because some of the areas were having some leak in the front wall, but those were actually from the windows prior to the new windows that I had gotten installed. So that was something that was caught later. And so I'm like getting the work done. Some of the stuff is done. Some of the stuff I have to get it done. And it's due to the severe cold and everything going on, I won't be able to get the work complete until June of this year. So I'm requesting if you could give me until June of this year to get everything completed.
Okay, Mr. Murray?
Mr. Chairman, the building department has no has no
Objections, right?
objection to
Okay.
6 months. However, the violation notices indicate that an electrical permit will be required.
Okay, you'll need to pull the electrical permit.
Yes, sir. I will get that pulled. I have the permits pulled, so
Okay,
I'll get that done.
okay, so motion is in order to grant till, we'll give you the 6 months, August 27th, 2026 to abate the violations.
So move.
Moved by Mr. Bradley,
Second,
second by Mr. Dink.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
yes.
Ms. Folk, Mr. Gallagher.
Yes, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Next docket is housing docket A 238-253806 West 133rd Street.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is interior maintenance, issued on September 10th, 2025. Appeal was received on September 23rd, 2025, requesting for 8 months to complete abatement of the violations. Present for today's hearing, Assistant Chief Building Official Glenn Murray, Dan Jacobson, Division of Code Enforcement, Department of Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and/or representative please state your first and last name and your relationship to the property for the record? Mr. Chairman, I do not see a representative in the participants panel, nor is that person present in room 516 this morning.
Mr. Murray, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
I do.
Mr. Jacobson?
Through the chairman to Ms. Davis, did notice of today's hearing get returned to the board's file for any reason?
Through the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
Through the chairman to Ms. Davis, have you received any form of communication, an email, a voice message, or anything physically delivered to you on behalf of this appellant in our docket?
Through the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
Through the chairman, the due process requirement of notice having been given to this appellant, the board can proceed with its hearing and ruling. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Murray?
Mr. Chairman, I don't think we have any choice but to remand.
Okay, a motion is in order to deny more time, remand the property to Division of Building and Housing for any further action.
So
Motion.
move.
Moved by Mr. Bradley,
Second,
second by Mr. Dink.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
yes.
Ms. Folk,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Next docket is housing docket A 240-25-4234 East 111th Street.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is fire damage issued on August 28th, 2025. Appeal was received September 25th, 2025, requesting for 30 days to complete abatement of the violations. Present for today's hearing, Assistant Chief Building Official Glenn Murray, Dan Jacobs, Division of Code Enforcement, Department of Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and/or representative please state your first and last name and your relationship to the property for the record? Mr. Chairman, the applicant is not on the participants panel, nor is the person present in room 516 this morning.
Okay, Mr. Murray, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
I do.
Mr. Jacobson?
Through the chairman to Ms. Davis, did notice of today's hearing get returned to the board's file for any reason?
Through the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
Through the chairman to Ms. Davis, have you received any form of communication, an email, voice message, or anything physically delivered to you on behalf of this appellant in our docket?
Through the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
Through the chairman, the due process requirement of notice having been given to this appellant, the board can proceed with its hearing and ruling. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Murray?
Mr. Chairman, our inspector has completed the inspections and the project has been closed out. So all the work has been completed and the permit satisfied.
Okay, we want to give to today's date. Motion is in order to grant till January 28th, 2026, today's date. Let's see, to close out the violation.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Dank,
Second.
second by, it sounded like Ms. Falk.
Right.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Ms. Falk,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Next docket is housing docket A 243-25, 9717 Dickens Avenue.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is no permit and condemnation of the garage issued on September 25th, 2025. Appeal was received on September 26th, 2025. Applicant did not specify how much time was needed to complete abatement of the violation. Present for today's hearing, Assistant Chief Building Official, Glenn Murray, Dan Jacobson, Division of Code Enforcement, Department of Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and or representative please state your first and last name and your relationship to the property for the record? Mr. Chairman, the applicant is not in the online participants panel, nor is that person present in room 516 this morning.
Mr. Murray, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
I do.
Mr. Jacobson?
Through the chairman to Ms. Davis, did notice of today's hearing get returned to the board's file for any reason?
Through the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
Through the chairman to Ms. Davis, have you received any form of communication, an email, a voice message, or anything physically delivered to you on behalf of this appellant and or docket?
Through the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
To the chairman, the due process requirement of notice having been given to this appellant, the board can proceed with its hearing and ruling. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Murray?
Mr. Chairman, I would recommend no additional time and remand to the building department.
A motion is in order to deny more time and remand the property to the Division of Building and the Housing for any further action.
So move.
Moved by Mr. Bradley,
Second.
second by Mr. Dink.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Ms. Falk,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes, notification will be sent out within 2 weeks. Next docket is housing docket A 245-25, 3297 East 137th Street.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is fire damage. Issued on August 26, 2025. Appeal was received on September 30th, 2025, requesting for 90 days to complete abatement of the violation. Present for today's hearing, Assistant Chief Building Official, Glenn Murray, Dan Jacobson, Division of Code Enforcement, Department of Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and or representative please state your first and last name and your relationship to the property for the record? Mr. Chairman, that person is not present in the participants panel, nor is they present in room 516 this morning.
Mr. Murray, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
I do.
Mr. Jacobson?
To the chairman to Ms. Davis, did notice of today's hearing get returned to the board's file for any reason?
Through the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
Through the chairman and Ms. Davis, have you received any form of communication, an email, voice message, or anything physically delivered to you on behalf of this appellant and or docket?
Through the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
To the chairman, the due process requirement of notice having been given to this appellant, the board can proceed with its hearing and ruling. Thank you.
Mr. Murray?
Mr. Chairman, there's an approved permit to complete this work waiting to be picked up. So if we remand, I'd recommend no more time and remand and hope that they come and pull their permit.
Okay, motion is in order to deny more time, remand the property to the Division of Building and Housing for any further action.
So move.
Moved by Mr. Bradley,
Second.
second by Mr. Dank.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Ms. Folk,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Adjudication order, housing docket A 263-25-12005 Phillips Avenue.
Application and fees are in order. This is an adjudication order to B permit, B as in boy, 250-28662. Issued on October 14th, 2025. Applicant was requesting a variance from the requirement of the construction documents. Present for today's hearing, Assistant Chief Building Official Glenn Murray, Dan Jacobson, Division of Code Enforcement, Department of Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and/or representative please state your first and last name and your relationship to the property for the record? Mr. Chairman, the applicant is not in the participants panel, nor is that person present in room 516 this morning.
Okay, Mr. Murray, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
I do.
Mr. Jacobson?
Through the chairman to Ms. Davis, did notice of today's hearing get returned to the board's file for any reason?
Through the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
And through the chairman to Ms. Davis, have you received any form of communication, an email, a voice message, or anything physically delivered to you on behalf of this appellant in or docket?
Through the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
To the chairman, the due process requirement of notice having been given to this appellant, the board can proceed with its hearing and ruling. Thank you.
Mr. Murray?
Mr. Chairman, this project was seen by the board at its last meeting. At that time, you gave him more time to respond to the adjudication order, which I guess still stands if you remand. So in that case, I would say no additional time and remand to the building department.
Okay, a motion is in order to deny more time, remand the property to the Division of Building and Housing for any further action.
So move.
Okay, moved by Mr. Bradley,
Second.
second by Mr. Dink.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Ms. Folk,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Next docket is a adjudication order, housing docket A 313-25-2291 Professor Street.
Application and fees are in order. This is an adjudication order to B permit, B as in boy, 24009-856-3, issued on November 25th, 2025. Appeal was received on December 19th, 2025, requesting a variance to the various fire codes. Present for today's hearing, Assistant Chief Building Official Glenn Murray, Dan Jacobs, Division of Code Enforcement, Department of Law. Will the applicants or his or her attorney and/or representative please state your first and last name and your relationship to the property for the record?
Sure. Good morning. My name is Brad Nosen. I'm with Property Advisors Group. I'm part of the development team. I'm representing Property Advisors Group and the Dowd Group, who is our partner on this project.
I'm Anthony J. Coyne. I'm with Anthony Gavin. I'm also accompanied by my partner, Katie Weber. We're land use counsel for the appellant in this matter. I'll just note that Brandon Klein, who is the Vice President of Design, is participating via Zoom, and Rick Barber is also here. He is with Churchwell Fire Consultants, who may provide some testimony or answer questions concerning the matter. We also have representatives from Geist Corporation, Jen Diasio, the registered architect and design professional for of record for the project, as well as Elizabeth Chalibas. She's the project architect, and Bob Frederick is the president of construction. And just as a summary, before I turn it over to Brandon and Brad, we're appealing adjudication order number B240098563 for the record. Specifically, in our application, we identify we're not appealing all of the issues that were raised by fire. We intend to comply post-approval with those other issues, but specifically, we are appealing and asking for variance from items 1, 6, 7, and 8, which are in the adjudication order.
Hey, Mr. Nelson, can I hold you up for just a moment? I need to swear all of you in that are going to be giving testimony before you go any further. Okay?
Sure.
Raise your,
Mr. Chairman,
yes.
before you do that, those other people that you mentioned, can you spell their last name for the court reporter? You went through that pretty quickly. I'm not sure if you got it.
Jen?
Diasio, Diasio.
I'm not, Joy, were you able to hear that? If you can come to the table and speak into the mic, please.
You can pull your chairs up if you want to.
Yeah, if you guys don't plan on giving testimony, please come to the table. If you need additional mics, I can grab them for you. If you can state your first and last name and your relationship to the property, so the court reporter can have that down, I appreciate it. You go ahead.
I'll start. Jen Diasio, architect of record, Diasio. Elizabeth Chalbus, project architect, Chlebus.
Robert Friedrich, that's Fridrich, represent the construction division.
And Brandon Klein, Kline, Vice President design for Geist.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Chairman, you can swear them in.
Okay, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
Okay.
And give me an affirmative yes.
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 I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, we have one more person.
Rick Barber, Barber, Churchwell Fire Consultants.
Okay, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. We got them all. So whoever's going to start off, go ahead.
Yeah, this is this is Tony Coyne again, and I'll just start with a brief summary regarding the adjudication order that we're appealing, which is in your agenda, and I think I stated it earlier, but we're specifically appealing items 1, 6, 7, and 8 related to fire code regulations regarding access. We submitted a letter with our appeal that goes into greater detail, but I wanted to just highlight a few items before handing this over to our design professionals and consultants to walk you through the plans. The appellant has extensively worked with the city staff in order to design a project that meets and exceeds the city's code. We've gotten approval from literally every staff representative, planning official, Board of Zoning Appeals, and the project is ready to go except for this issue. Again, we also have worked when this came up. We had a fire consultant with 6 more architects that submitted a report letter on October 10, 2025. That is also in the record and was submitted with the application. When this occurred, there was also in my view, a difference of opinion. We believe they see the code, but due to that difference of opinion, the city of Cleveland retained the services of Stantec Fire Protection Engineering Group to provide some report. Their report is in the applicant's packet that was submitted as well. That report concludes that the application meets or exceeds the city's code. And I know Stantec has worked on other projects in the city of Cleveland when there have been issues related to engineering and fire protection issues. Both the ground and aerial access is being provided to the building at numerous access points. All points outside of the building are within 150 feet of a point reachable by the fire apparatus. So it's the position of the appellant that we meet the spirit and intent of the city's code. And this is a very, very important project for the city of Cleveland, for the Tremont community. And we believe that this could be done properly pursuant to the current code guidelines and modern code guidelines as well. So what I'd like to do is turn the presentation over to Brad Nosen, who's the Vice President with Property Advisors Group, and is part of the investment team that's putting this project together. Just for the record, he has done nearly 10 or so multifamily housing projects in the city of Cleveland in the last several years.
Yeah, thanks, Tony. Thanks, everybody, for your time today. So I guess as Tony mentioned, this isn't my first rodeo on development. I've done a decent amount of infill development in the city of Cleveland. Multiple projects in Little Italy, which is an extremely dense neighborhood. This would be my 8th to 10th project because we have 3 other projects we're working on currently, 4 actually. And I've always had very good success working with the city of Cleveland on all facets. This is a $15 million construction cost on this project with a $20 million valuation on this project. 43 units with first floor retail. Building is fully sprinklered, and I will let the design professionals get into that part of it. But we started this project about 3 years ago. We went through design review, received overwhelming approvals, went to the city, the community, received overwhelming approvals, support from BZA, and we've been held up in this step for at least a year at this point. From a financial standpoint, we had a first floor tenant who was ready to go for the space, who is no longer able to take the space and has chosen another space because we were not able to start construction on this project. We were hoping a year and a half ago. So we should have been done with it by now. And value of that tenant's lease basically to this project is about almost $2 million. So we've lost that tenant, and now we are sitting here and trying to figure out how to keep this project moving. This is the only thing that's been holding us up. What else can I say? I think that's pretty much it. I mean, we've done the demo and that we've had to do on this project, and we're ready to go. We're just, and I think we've tried to come up with a variety of solutions to provide additional access. We're having an agreement with the landlord to the north of the site to provide another access point, and I'm sure Brandon can get into that. And we're willing to bury the lines as suggested by the fire officials on the south portion of the site. So we're trying to figure out solutions here, and that's all I got to say.
Thanks,
Thank
Brad.
you.
So layman's terms, is it's a matter of access for fire to get their vehicles in a position to take care of the situation if something should occur? Is this what you're talking about?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman. I thought I might interrupt here. My name is David Roberts. I'm Chief Assistant Director of Law for Code Enforcement for Cleveland. I thought I might be able to articulate for the board the kind of standard and the issues that you're looking at, rather than hear about the project. There's so many good things about the project, but that's not really the focus of the hearing. So if I might, one argument the appellant is making is that there's no discretion when determining fire apparatus access roads. That is, that portion of the code only indicates that they need to meet distance requirements for hydrants and where the trucks can go. City disagrees with that. Appellant can argue that today, and you might be convinced by that today. City disagrees with that because it means there's no meaning to the approval of the fire apparatus access roads. Second issue then, if there's discretion on the behalf of the fire official to look at how the fire trucks get to the site and where they'll set up, is the fire official abusing discretion in determining the problems that are articulated in the adjudication letter? And the appellant's welcome to argue as well, we're pushing that too far. The fire official is making issues that he shouldn't be paying attention to. They're not really related to the safety of fighting the fire. The city, of course, disagrees with that as well. Then we're to the third thing, which Mr. Coyne mentioned, which is the variance idea. That is, you can grant a variance if you find that the site has practical difficulties or unnecessary hardships that make it difficult for the project to go forward in compliance with the code. Then you would agree to give them the variance from the code. And the standard for that is whether it is not contrary to the public interest. So we would defer to you on that as to whether the safety concerns you'll hear about from Captain Telbin, our fire marshal, are such that you think the project outweighs that and it's in the public interest to grant the variance. Mr. Coyne, is that?
Yeah, generally that's fair in terms of how this should be reviewed. And we also are, again, looking at the practicality of an infill construction project in the city of Cleveland. We've looked at other sites that have had similar issues, and they've been developed. So I know our property stands on its own 2 feet, so I think it's more important to look at the project the way it sits and is being presented. We also wanted to have Brandon Klein, who's the Vice President of Design for Geist, to take you through the site plan and the elevation so you understand exactly where the building is to be located and how it could be safely constructed and occupied and be in compliance with the current codified ordinances of the city of Cleveland, specifically related to building safety and fire safety. It's our intent to build a project that's going to be compliant, and we've had now 3 at least fire consultants indicate that this project would be safely designed and built, constructed, occupied in compliance with the spirit and intent of the code of the city of Cleveland. So Brandon, do you want to take the board through the site so they understand?
Yes, I would appreciate that opportunity. So I don't know if we can go back, I think 1 slide that has the overall floor plan or site plan and aerial apparatus diagram. So and maybe we go 1 more, I think, or 2 more that was a rendering just so I can explain the position of the building. 1 more, I think, is a bird's eye view. There we go. So we do have a unique site. It's an L-shaped site that's been acquired from multiple parcels, will be consolidated and designed. The building is not a normal shape. It's an L-shaped building that has frontages both on College and Professor Road. At those situations, we believe that, and there's 2 components to this that you should convey. There's ground access, and then there's aerial apparatus access. And we're going to take you through why we and our additional fire consultants all feel that we are meeting the code and meeting the intent of the code with those statements. Also, I'd like to convey some of the things that we've done to better the situation for this from a design perspective of the site plan. So if you could go forward to the site plan itself. 1 more slide, 2 more slides. From a ground access perspective and compliance, we feel that with the buildings abutting both public right-of-ways of College and Professor, that you have access to the building. And we've also made adjustments to move the lobby to be directly connected to that right-of-way so that there was an access door and the lobby being connected to the elevators within the building to accommodate that as well. From an aerial apparatus access perspective, the code requires for a building of this size and type and construction type to have 1 aerial apparatus access road. In this condition, we are showing that we have 2 aerial apparatus access roads, which is above and beyond what code requires. The yellow line that's highlighted on the bottom is overhead power lines that are being buried. They are going to be buried so that Cleveland Fire would have full access to the frontage of the building along College Avenue. Unfortunately, we've worked with First Energy to try to look into burying the lines along Professor. And unfortunately, those are the main transmission lines for the city of Cleveland. And we are not able to bury those lines a part of this development because it would interrupt their service and capacity of those lines if they went underground. So from this, as Brad Nelson mentioned, There's been an easement and discussion on the northern end of this property, which we are in process of acquiring. And that access point would allow for full aerial apparatus access complying with the code to access the northern elevation of the building. So you will have aerial apparatus access on the north side of this building and also on the south side of this building on College Avenue. Again, the code requires only one facade to be compliant with that code, and we are providing two. It is a unique building because we do have 6 elevations on this building because of the shape. It's not just a four facade building. Additionally, there's access for ambulance off of Thurman. Thurman's a little bit too tight of a street for the fire trucks to access and maneuver, I believe. But EMT or ambulance could be able to park in the back. We're giving the same width requirements and treating it as an access road from that condition as well. Around all sides of the building, there is a minimum sidewalk that would allow for firefighters to be able to walk around the building. We had a privacy screening fence on the far right of the building that is highlighted on the yellow going north. We have removed that fence to allow for additional clear passage and to not create another obstruction. Additionally, I'd like to state that the parcel at the corner of Thurman and College on the bottom right of this plan currently is a green field, open, undeveloped. So there's also additional abilities to, I'll say, swing a ladder to the side of the building from the aerial apparatus road to further access the longitudinal side of this building as well. The building is 4 stories, and it has access windows, operable windows on all 4 sides of the building that can also additionally give access to the building. I think that's just the general overview of setting the stage of why we feel that we are compliant with those access. It's further why we have really worked hard to consult with other well-seasoned and knowledgeable fire code consultants that also have experience fighting fighters, also have experience setting up action plans to be able to understand how a firefighter would potentially fight this fire. Again, we are design professionals. We're not, there fighting the fire, but we believe that all the actions and design positions that we've done in this building allow for compliance that meets the code, and we're discussing an interpretation of the code that there's a difference of an opinion. So with that, I think turn it back to Tony.
Yes, our position is just that. It's a difference of opinion, that it is meeting the spirit and intent of the code, if not exceeding it. And again, I don't know, Rick, if you want to comment on anything as well. And again, Rick Barber is with Churchwell Fire Consultants.
Hi, good morning. My history is a fire marshal for the city of Brunswick before I retired, and I've done a lot of plan review, and also from the incident command side of it and the operations side of here. So I understand, and I understand the concerns from the fire department and firefighters standpoint. There were some obstacles that I was concerned about with the fence running down the east side. That has been since removed. The high tension wires running down, oh boy, is that college? Yeah. Small writing without glasses. So, and I understand, I do a lot of work in the city of Cleveland, fire investigation wise. So I understand apparatus, accessibility, the size of their apparatus. So in doing this review, you have apparatus for the aerial on the north side and the south side of the structure. It'll give you pretty good scrub angles with the elevated waterway or the ladder truck on the boom, on the bucket. So there's also access down the east side for ground ladders. Now, with all that being said, the other comments that I had on here, this is a type 5 construction, and I know that is a concern with the fire department. However, I've done a ton of these buildings. The type 5 construction, and I initially had concerns with the type 5. However, this is a NFPA 13. It's not an R system. It is a full 13 system. So all the void spaces, attic, everything like that is suppressed. The outside, usually from a firefighting standpoint, the auto exposure for fire on the vinyl sided parts of the buildings, that's been addressed here by non-combustible features on the elevations. So it's not vinyl sided, so you don't have to worry about fire spread from the vinyl siding moving from floor to floor. So after review of this, I am in the opinion, I think this is a safe plan. I think there's a couple other little tweaks that can be made, make it more palatable for the fire department. But I agree with the plan as submitted.
Okay.
If
I think
one last,
yes, go ahead.
yeah, can I just, one last thing?
1 second, to Mr. Chairman, to the applicants as well as the city who's going to be giving testimony. Before you speak, could you please state your name again and your relationship so we can have that on the record for the court reporter?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Again, Anthony J. Coyne, and I am legal counsel to the appellant. And I just wanted to note, that the letters that are submitted speak for themselves that are in the file. The Stantec report that was done on October 20th, 2025 does conclude specifically that based on the description of fire apparatus and the aerial apparatus access that Mr. Barber just spoke to, it's Stantec's professional opinion and that of their discipline lead fire protection engineering principal that the proposed site plan for these apartments meets or exceeds the minimum requirements of the Ohio Fire Code as currently adopted. And it points out that there are 6 areas where the proposed arrangement exceeds the requirements of the fire code. So again, that's in your packet on page 3. I won't read through the 6 points that are made there, but I think it's important for the board to give consideration to those factors.
Okay,
if I can, I'm sorry, Mr. Gallagher, if I could, Brandon Klein, I just want to make one more comment about the design and layout of the building and the code. We have reviewed Appendix D and the fire code and all of its graphic, commentary and access points. While the code does allow for the fire marshal reviewing it to be the authority. The comments that have been made to us on this project is that the access needs to be on the longitudinal axis of this building, which is not shown in any of those standards or commentary. Again, it's of our opinion that by giving the fire department 2 access points on both ends of the building, it actually allows for better access, because if there was an obstruction or a challenge on one side, you're actually getting the additional ability to access on another. I just wanted to convey those statements. And then one item I do want to just point out from Pat Thornton's 6mo letter that is included in the packet. As mentioned, we have 6 facades in this building. If this is a square building, each facade would only be 25% of the building frontage. In this case, if you were to add the 2 access facades that we have provided, it gives you 30% coverage of this building, which would exceed the requirement of the 1 if it was a square building. And I just wanted to convey that message to it. Again, I think the objective here is not to create a hazard. It is not to create a challenge situation that would ever jeopardize any firefighter or service person in this building. But it's simply that we are meeting the code, we are designing towards that code, and we are trying to create a unique building on a unique property, as we mentioned, the challenges of urban infill. So thank you for that additional opportunity.
Is Captain Telban on?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, this is David Roberts, Chief Assistant Director of Law. Captain Telban is here in person. He's sitting next to me, and he's ready.
Let me swear you guys in. So so we make sure we got it on the record. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
Yes.
Okay. All right. You've heard all the comments. Do you care to comment further on what you have before you and what they've stated?
Yes. I've listened to all the comments and I understand where they're coming from. Okay. I know we talk a lot about experts and their ability to do firefighting. Just, you know, I have been a Cleveland firefighter for 32 years. I'm not new at this, and I fought fires similar to this, many of them over my career. Okay. I understand what it's like to get to a certain area of a building where people are hanging out the windows, and when you can't get there, that's not a good day. All right. So then that means our guys ramp it up and put themselves in potential higher hazard to try to help the people that need help. Now, given what was said to us, if I look at this map, all right, I'll look from the east side first, Thurman Court, and actually Lieutenant Wakey is behind me. I had him go yesterday and physically measure the width of Thurman Court. It's 10 feet, which isn't nowhere near wide enough for aerial access. Usually aerial apparatus access requires 26 feet. If you look at the top right corner of this picture where they have that blue square for apparatus, we cannot get an apparatus there. The reason is, one, the roadway is too narrow, and that's providing nobody parks there. And let's see if that doesn't happen in the neighborhood the way it is. The turning radius to get into that spot is not there. Okay. Now, where that square is, if you were to look at a picture of the building, there's a garage door right there. So we're not getting closer to the building because there's a garage door right there. Those parking spots that run to the left of the yellow line are exposed above just because they're not underneath the overhang of the building. But that area there is not accessible to us. The building itself is built to such an extreme size on the parcel that there's not enough climbing angle to put a ground ladder on the side of the building. Now, of course, yeah, they're saying distances, top, bottom, add them together and all that. When you're looking at the access road, it does say aerial apparatus access road approved by the fire official. And what that means isn't just that we get to pick. It means how can our apparatus fit? Where can we get to, or where do we have to get to be able to fight a fire in that structure? Now, picture the ends are the shorter parts of the building. The main length is to the sides on the east and west side of the facades, right? So most of the apartments are in between there. How do we get to the people in the middle? Because we can't ladder from either side to get to those balconies where people will be hanging out the windows. There's no way for us to get there, and that's our biggest problem. You know, the code does give avenue. Even the code gives pathways in this situation where apparatus access is not accessible. It says Type 1A, Type 1B, or Type 2A construction with a sprinkler system throughout. Enclosed stairway with a Class 1 standpipe. These are things that can help us combat that. Now, they elected to go Type 5 construction, which a building with a span of that great, if it's on fire, being the fact that we can't get to the center of the building in a timely fashion, the sprinkler system could become overwhelmed and we'll have building collapse. All right. If we were to ladder the buildings from either end and expect it to transverse the building, we're walking over Type 5 construction that has a collapse potential, which isn't safe for our firefighters. Okay. If you look around, if you could zoom back on the picture a little bit, on the southwest corner of the building, there is a club right there. The Treehouse Tavern is right taking up that whole corner. All right. And in between the two, if we had to put a ladder up 30 feet, proper climbing angles on a ladder, whatever the height is, you take off 1/4, and that's how far the base has to be away from the building. Okay. If you're going up 30 feet on a 30-foot ladder, you have to be back 7.5 feet. Most places it's less than 5. So otherwise our ladders are almost going to be in a vertical state that we're going to have to try to climb up and get somebody out of a window. That's almost impossible. And at the same time, we put a ladder in that area. We've just blocked the whole area. Nobody else could get by you because the ladder's there. There's nowhere to get through. Okay, so those are the concerns that we have. And that's just with the building. We haven't even talked about water supply yet. Okay. Is that, yeah.
Just a couple points, to spend a little bit. Get on the record there. Again, Anthony Coyne, just responding to Captain Talbot. First of all, Thurman is 16
feet 6 inches wide. It's not 10 feet wide. 16 feet wide per the plans. But second thing, I don't know, you can respond. I'm just saying.
Well, he measured it
Second-
yesterday.
Second,
He went there and
okay.
measured it.
Well,
physically.
well, the public right of way is 16 feet, so I don't know, surface distance, we can talk about that. Let me just finish. The other thing, the building is fully sprinkled. That's a significant issue for a building of this size. So the likelihood of a fire that would be the kind of fire that Captain Tobin responded is really highly unlikely to occur, given all the other steps that have been taken. So we still think that the way the code is being interpreted and these other access issues are beyond what's possible. We'd never build anything in the city if we were unable to have some accommodation, some discretion on these fire issues. That's our position. And we've had not one, not two, but 3 folks that have worked in the fire code space. So that's our position, that we hope that the board would give consideration to it, or it's going to be very difficult, if not impossible, to redevelop the city, given this circumstance.
Captain Telban, what would you see that they could do at this point to bring you on to say, okay, I would be okay with this, or that you be on board to approve for a variance of something? What can they do to make this work?
Okay, well, first of all, there are a few items that we've given them over a year ago. Lieutenant Alexiak, who has just retired, was working on this project from, probably from the beginning. And these were brought out then. One, instead of going with type 5 construction, you could take type 1 construction or type 2A construction with the sprinkler system. That's afforded right in the code. Okay? And with the stamp, class 1 stamp pipe. The other option that we gave is, instead of building the structure to the ends of the parcel, you could shrink it down and give us the access that we need around the building. It's no problem. Or that parking area that's along that yellow line right there, the exterior parking, instead of having parking there, let's put a 26-foot fire lane in, so we have that whole east facade that we could put aerial ladders on that could actually reach the building. That's another option that they could take a look at, but we've never got any response to those. And I know Lieutenant Alexiak has brought that up a few times.
This is Brad Osen with the development team. I respond to all of those. There is no ability to type 1 or type 2 on this site because you have certain height restrictions here in this neighborhood. And we can only build such a building of such a certain height and such a density here that using type 1 or type 2 does not make the project feasible. We do plenty of type 5 construction all throughout the city. It's standard. It's not unusual. You see it in multiple projects. I've done it in many projects throughout the city. You have to do it on a building this size. Type 2 is not economically feasible. We have to provide 1-for-1 parking on the site if we want to avoid a variance here. Parking is extremely difficult in Tremont. We had to provide 1-for-1 parking by the city code. So we're balancing issues, zoning issues as well. And then you brought up one other point here. I can't remember your second point, Captain. What's that for fire? The sprinkle bed is a fully sprinkled building. So, shrink the building. And we can't shrink the building because, again, the project is not feasible. You need to maximize the site to the best part of the building while staying within the actual requirements for the height and the density of the site. The project won't get built.
Brandon Klein's got his hand up.
And Brandon Klein doesn't want to say something. Thank you.
Yeah, so just to, I guess I want to just clarify what Mr. Telvin has mentioned. Those items that are above and beyond are things that are required when there is not aerial apparatus access provided. Those are the exceptions in the code that allow you to build a building like this with no access. Again, we have 3 fire officials that have reviewed this plan, two of which were both in the field and have worked and actively have fought fires, have all stated that both of these access points are considered aerial apparatus access, and providing one of them would meet the code. Again, we're providing 2. I also want to clarify that we are not showing or counting access off of Thurman. That box that is there was just intended to show what could be a potential ambulance that could, stage or sit on the site. The 150 feet dimension goes from the north blue box to the blue box off of College, and that's your 150 feet with the midpoint being the X. So we are within that 150 feet requirement from the north access and the south access, and we are not counting thermos. I just wanted to clarify. Additionally, I can say, and I do agree, that we have met with city officials multiple times in this project. We have tried to come to many different concessions and opportunities to understand how we could provide this building in the physical sense in a better situation. We had talked about upgrading stairwells to allow firefighters longer time to be able to get through a stairwell and two in the building to fight the fire. We've talked about upgrading corridor ratings. We have offered additional window access. We've offered the ability to reach the corridor and extend it to the exterior facade where the aerial apparatus access is, so that they could use that as a window access to be able to use their ladder trucks to be able to access you. All of those items have been said that that's not going to change their opinion. And again, we are trying desperately to try to figure out and come to a resolution, which has led us to this point where we have to pursue an appeal because there's no way to work through it. We're at a standstill of an interpretation of a code.
Okay, Mr. Klein, I want to go to our board, and sometimes they come up with some interesting things. So I'll give board members a chance to respond.
And Mr. Chairman, I think there's a lot of moving pieces here, obviously, that I was compelled at the start of this by the statement that there might be practical difficulties that are not contrary to the public interest. And what I took that to mean is that Tremont neighborhood is congested and maybe there is some give and take to being able to execute a project. But as I sit here now with as much information as we have, this project does seem to be very ambitious for the site that's trying to accommodate it. And I'm distracted by the construction type, that a statement was made that it's not economically feasible to go to type 1 or type 2. Having done this for a long time, I'm concerned that not economically feasible might mean not economically desirable. And if that isn't reasonable, if that isn't a path that might be considered, to make that statement, I don't know what that means financially. Because that to me seems to be a practical approach to remediating the disagreement.
Okay, that's a good opinion. Ms. Lipscomb?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I've got a question. That the construction type, is it type 5A or type 5B?
5A or 5B?
Yeah.
Jen Diazio, 5A.
Okay. I have no further questions.
And I'm happy to reference the construction type and the cost of doing so. I believe, and Bob, you might be able to jump in. It's about $1.5 million increase to go to type 2. Is that right?
Yeah, it was at least that when we studied it a year ago, and we looked at multiple scenarios to that effect to try and see if that was feasible. And to your point, that makes the project unfeasible.
It makes the project unfeasible. You can't build. We cannot get financing for this project with that increase of cost, basically. So the project won't get built. So that's how it's economically infeasible. I built many projects as type 5A in the city, as Geis.
And I'd like to just add this statement. Again, I want to convey this project, any project in the city of Cleveland is an ambitious project. This project is an ambitious project because it's a catalyst to a neighborhood to activate a corner. What I do really want to stress, the discussion of type 1 or type 2 is allowed by code if there is no aerial apparatus access provided. And I truly just want to hear on a statement, the north access is 15 foot away. It is 26 foot wide, which is complying with an aerial apparatus access road. It's less than 150 foot, so it is acceptable to be a dead end condition. The College Avenue that we are bearing all the lines is a public right of way that would meet a aerial apparatus access road on the south side. I would like to ask the question to the board, why is this not being considered to apparatus access road, and why is it not compliant?
Mr. Chairman, to Mr. Klein, is all of that explained in the expert reports? What I'm thinking of is the expert reports?
from the Sandtech report and the 6mo report that were provided in our in our folders that we were asking Mr. Dick?
It is
Yes.
presented as such, yes?
Yes.
I know that Captain Talbot had mentioned about one side of the building, and I'm not sure if it was for, and I don't remember if it was the east or the west side of the building. Must be the east side of the building, I think, but it's to have access either for ladders or something of that nature that he had meant. Do you recall, Captain Talbot, that you?
Well, I believe what I may have said is on the east side of the building where they have their parking structure along that yellow vertical line.
Yes.
Instead of parking there, put in a 26-foot fire lane that could house apparatus all the way down the whole length of the building. Then we can get to the building from pretty much all areas around. That's what I brought up to there.
Is
The
that
150,
Is that-
that's up to them.
Well,
I'm-
can they do that? Mr.
Well,
Clark?
I guess I'd ask a question again. We're not trying to be confrontational on this. We're trying to work through this, and you know, I feel we've made a lot of suggestions and concessions and abilities to try to make this project work. And it seems like every time we make a suggestion, it's rejected. Now, and I'd ask this to Captain Talbot. The purpose of your ground access ladder request on the right side of the building, the east side of the building, is to be able to access the windows, correct?
Yes.
So
Or the
again,
building and the roof. I mean, here's the thing with that. Well, okay, wait, let me make something so it's not muddy. When we talked about having ladder access, that's because we did not have aerial access where we could put an aerial ladder up to that portion of the building. So then the next thing that we can do is use ground ladders. But we're not even able to put ground ladders up safely because there's not enough space for them. That's what I was saying.
I understand, and this is why I'm asking for. We've been working with Lieutenant Oleziak on this project for years, and since retired, I want to ask a question. Well, I can't wipe out the entire parking row on the right side there because of it's half the parking of the project. However, we could potentially look at opportunities of creating, I'll call it almost a handicap crosswalk, right, to the building in that situation where I give you a 6-foot or 8-foot wide area to be able to put a ladder up with unhindered clearance to be able to access directly aligned with the window, right? And it would allow you to ladder the building at points. Again, we're trying to come with solutions so that this project can move forward because it is something that's supported by the mayor's office. It's something that's supported by the community. It's something that everybody in the residents in the neighborhood keep asking, why isn't this being built yet? And it's because we're at the standstill. And again, we're trying to work with you and create a safe condition. But in other words, if I were to create almost like a handicap crosswalk at 3 points along the building that aligned with 3 elevations of windows, would that alleviate some of the stress? Again, I don't think you can argue that we aren't providing north and south aerial apparatus access, but you want access to the east, and it's understandable. This is just a solution that we could maybe wipe out, I'll call it 3 parking spaces or so, and it could be a good compromise to allow you to have access to what you need.
Mr. Talbot?
Yeah, well, you had to put that on paper and let us see it, okay, and see what you're talking about exactly, and we'll definitely review it. And then just so you know, I don't want to derail this project either. I think having a new building like that with housing in the building is a good thing for the city. We're all for it. I've been through probably thousands of buildings, of new building construction in the city since I've been the fire marshal, and this is the only one where we've ever come to a standstill on. Everybody else, we've always been able to sit down and figure out a way to get it done. The 2 guys sitting behind me are very instrumental in both of that. That's why they're here to listen in, because, we figure out what can we do to get the project, completed. But in this case, we're just in a hard spot because of the access. We all saw what happened in Cleveland Heights. That was a 4-story type 5 constructed building. I know it was still under construction at that point, but hear me out. They had aerial apparatus, they had limited access, which means the trucks couldn't get close. It's when that place lit up, when they had those ladder pipes going for 5 days, spraying water on the building. The reason why the building didn't go out was because they were so far away. By the time the water got to the building, it was a mist. That's why that building burned to the ground. If they could have gotten closer, they may have been able to put the fire out.
It also didn't have an active sprinkler system.
They didn't have.
Well, yeah, I'm saying, but it's still under construction. I said that. But at the same time, if they had better access, they could have fought the fire a little bit better. Okay?
Mr. Chairman, if I could interrupt, Mr. Gallagher, you had asked Captain Tubman what would need to be done for him to support a variance. And we are indicating that he's open to considering what that might be. He would want to see the drawings on this plan from Mr. Klein. He would want to see other things that are proposed. And so we would not object if the appellant wanted to continue and have that discussion so they could hope to come back in front of you with Captain Tubman's support. And then that would make it easier for you. Or we can anticipate there may come that moment where Mr. Gallagher, Mr. Dank, Ms. Falk, Mr. Bradley, you have to weigh whether it's not contrary to the public interest, which is a wide standard. You could consider many things other than just safety. And there are practical difficulties and unnecessary hardships. And Mr. Dank has mentioned it's a very tight area to develop in, and so that might support it. But if it sounds like you'd rather see if the parties could come together first, the city would have no objection to continuing.
I would like to continue. I'll ask the board members if that sounds reasonable.
I'm in favor of that. I'd like to review the expert reports, and I am in favor of tabling and continuing.
Would if we could, I'd like to state if that would be the pleasure of the board, that it be for a date certain.
What works for everybody?
The next meeting.
That's 2 weeks. Is that enough time, Mr. Klein?
Yeah, I don't see why I wouldn't, as long as we have access to Captain Tubman's schedule to be able to coordinate a meeting in time.
Yeah. You can give me a call tomorrow. We'll set something up. I'll have my team. You can bring your team. We can sit at the table and we can just hash it out. I think that's what needs to be done instead of this volley of back and forth type of thing. That's not really getting us anywhere. We'll lay the cards on the table and we'll tell you this is what we have to let it go forward, and we'll see if we could meet in the middle there. I think that's the best thing for the whole situation.
I don't want to speak on behalf of our client. Brad is in the room, but I know this development team's, MO and ours as well. We're a collaborative group, and we'd like to work through this. We've been trying to work through this. And again, we want to create a safe condition. We adamantly feel we are providing you guys 2 aerial apparatus access from the north and south, which would meet code and comply with code. But obviously, you're asking for more than that, and it's understandable. But hopefully maybe with some creative gestures, we could solve it with minimal loss of parking or other aspects. Again, even if I gave you access to the right side of the building via a drive and we wiped all that parking, that wouldn't give you aerial apparatus access along that side, because it would be right up against the building and it's not meeting the 15 feet and 30 foot away. It's directly adjacent. And when we talked with Lieutenant O at that point in time, he said I couldn't even swing a ladder around that truck. So again, if we can help giving you more additional ground access along that long facade by maybe eliminating a handful of parking spaces that align with windows, I think that would be a good compromise. But again, Brad, you're in the room. I apologize. I'm kind of speaking on your behalf.
Yeah, Mr. Klein, I think what we're going to do, we're going to continue. We'll set a date for 2 weeks from today. If you need more time, then just get back and we can work that out. But that's what we'll do. We'll set this up for 2 weeks from today, and that's what we'll work on. So I don't think we have to move.
Mr. Gallagher, please move to continue to 2 weeks, please.
What'd you say? To continue?
You make a motion to continue.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just gonna.
Yep.
This is Brad Oster from the development team. We're on board with Captain Tubman's suggestion to work through this. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Motion is in order to continue this in 2 weeks.
So moved.
Yeah.
Moved by Mr. Bradley.
Second.
Second by Ms. Falk.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Ms. Falk,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay. Notice of
February 11th.
you're all set.
Thank
We
you.
got the date certain. it's going to be February 11th.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
All right, thank you. Okay, I think we have, I think we've gone through all of the resolutions, correct, Ms. Davis?
I'm sorry?
Did we,
No, we've not.
we're done?
No,
No,
we
no,
haven't done
we've
the
not approved.
resolutions, Mr. Chairman.
No, I know that, but we don't have any more,
No, we don't have any more dockets this morning.
no more dockets. Okay.
Yeah, that was the last one.
Okay, so we'll go on to resolutions. We're looking- Okay, we got docket A 220-25 through A 230-25, A 233-25 through A 235-25, and A 296-25, and A 302-25. Motion?
So move.
Moved by Mr. Bradley,
Second,
second by Mr. Dink. Approval of
Mr.
minutes.
Bradley,
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
yes.
Ms. Falk,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Approval of minutes for January 14, 2026. Are there any additions or corrections?
Thank you.
No,
Motion.
So move.
Moved by Mr. Bradley,
Second,
second by Mr. Dink.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
yes.
Ms. Falk,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay, is there anything else to come before us?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I did receive an email from docket I want to say 238. Yes, docket 238. They were stating that they wasn't able to get inside the meeting. So we'll probably give them an opportunity to come
Sure.
back in 2 weeks as well.
Okay. Sounds good. Is there anything else?
And also docket 14124.
Do you want to go ahead and continue those? Or maybe we could say we remanded.
Yeah, those were remanded and I received emails from them stating that they couldn't get inside the meeting link
Okay.
for docket 23825 and docket 141.
We'll just put them back
Four.
on. They
Okay.
may not be the only ones, so,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay?
all righty.
Very good.
Are we all set?
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have a good one. Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
All right,
Listen.
we'll
Bye.
adjourn.
Whatever information I receive after they have their meeting, I will forward that to you guys in an email. And I will follow up to make sure that you received it.
Okay,
And we need the original packet too. I would like to review the adjudication order and the responses and everything.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know, we're having issues with Microsoft. That packet was emailed last week. I'm not sure why it's not going through. I've been having some issues. IT can't seem to resolve. 1 second.
okay, well, we'll do your best.
We can adjourn.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. All right, we'll adjourn. Bye.